but yeah.
Yeah. So if you pick him
Actually,
into Nautilus,
mm,
pick him into Nautilus, or you pick him into Alistar, or you know.
Yes, so here's the thing about Viego support into those champions, he generally does not go too well. He argued that Viego does have a percentage HP based damage on his Q, so he doesn't necessarily need items, same as his ult. He has a stun of course, and the passive which allows you to sort of be useful, because normally you go for Radiant Virtue, which I'm not even sure if you keep it once you possess someone. Hopefully you do. And so here's the issue with that. If you don't hit your W, you're useless. These abilities are generally hard to hit in between minions. That's one important thing to note. Because what do you do if the enemy AD carry just simply positions in between minions? Or if there is like a tanky support like Braum, whatever, Alistar or Nautilus, the exact champs of course he mentioned, that either gonna CC him, which cancels his W cast, or they gonna proc Aftershock if Nautilus by chance goes Aftershock, if they have an all-in oriented AD carry, whatever. So then what does really what does really the champion do, right? Also, Alistar, he's very tank from one hand, and he can also like knock him out of the battlefield with his W, of course. So Alistar has like so much power to control the battlefield with his CC and just to push out the enemy Viego from even fighting. So he has some early fighting potential, but there are some supports that are just beating him, like Taric early on. And into range supports, you have a Ni and W to somehow engage. I'm just gonna say somehow, if your AD can follow up, of course. But it's really dependent on you hitting your W. If there are no minions or CC to cancel your W, or they don't dash away, whatever. But if they have a cleanser ghost and you miss your W, or you focus the enemy support that's a tank, then you're gonna be killed by the enemy Draven, or if they have any type of like aggressive AD carry. Because this, like, as he argued that he's useful without items, he's not really. Viego does need items. I know that he deals some degree of HP based damage and whatever, like he has a stun and an ult and a passive, but he still severely relies on items to be useful. And there are some other champions that Ben played in bot lane in the past, like Sett and Pantheon. Now Pantheon made the most sense out of these, but he got nerfed on bot lane, of course. So it was kind of like why would you pick Viego over Pantheon, right? Because they have similar pressure, maybe Pantheon even more, because he can W through minions, of course, so the engage is smoother. And Rakan, another example, especially after 6 you're gonna have more pressure. So it's a bit trash in general, from my opinion. And like most of the bot lane matchups are bad, Tenniska is insanely bad as well as the support. Like it doesn't matter if it's a tank or a poke champ. Like maybe with enchanters like Yumi or Sona you can like somehow deal with, and that's like arguably something you could possibly beat. But that's all really, because tanks are not supposed to be beaten by Viego even if he deals HP based damage. So this strategy does actually bleed from many wounds, and I would highly unrecommend you guys to even try it. If you want to try it, you could go something like PTA and... oh boy, what's your mythic, what's your item even? I don't know, just go Bork and Even Shroud, or just rush Even Shroud if you value tank stats. And those should be like generally like your first two items, but I don't see like Viego honestly with Radiant Virtue. It's usually like a tank item, not really Viego. So that's it for now, have a nice day.